If you want to live in one of the top neighborhoods in Broadview Heights, you definitely need to consider New Hampton. Stay with me, because this is one of those neighborhoods that looks beautiful on the outside and has a lot of layers worth understanding before you buy into the community. And I'm going to walk you through exactly what this community is, who it's built for, the pros, and even some of the cons that you should think about before you sign that purchase agreement. My name's Rich Ganim. I'm with the Ganim Group right here in Northeast Ohio, and Broadview Heights is part of my backyard, and New Hampton is where I live. So let's get into it. New Hampton is a master plan community that was built by Pulte and is located on the northeast corner of Boston Road and Broadview Road in Broadview Heights. So it's right at the southwest edge near the Hinckley border. In its design, it's a 300-acre development, and it's made up of roughly 611 single-family homes. So we'll start by talking about what makes New Hampton stand out from a typical neighborhood. And I'm going to tell you that it starts with the amenities. There's a clubhouse, a heated pool, a kiddie pool, a playground, and 100 acres of dedicated nature preserves that have walking trails built within it. There's 5 ponds throughout the community, as well as some streams that are going to run through that common element into the nature preserves. When you're walking those trails, you're not walking next to traffic, you're in the green space. And that's something that not every neighborhood in this price point in Northeast Ohio has. The curb appeal here is going to be consistent throughout the neighborhood too. So right off the main entrance of Broadview Road, you're going to be divided by a boulevard with a landscape island, brick signage, evergreens, and it really makes a lasting impression when you compare it to other neighborhoods in the city. Inside the neighborhood, you're going to see winding streets, beautifully landscaped yards with cul-de-sacs, sidewalks, and just that really homey feel. Some homes even are going to back up to the woods, which are going to provide a private backdrop of mature trees. And the neighborhood is designed this way specifically, and 20 years later, you can still see it holding up nicely. Homes in New Hampton are going to come in a variety of different price points as well by design. On the entry end, you have single-family townhomes. These are going to be 2 stories, around 1,500 square feet, and generally 2 to 3 bedrooms. The single-family homes, you're going to break in 3 different series. You have the Canterbury, the Classic, and the Estate series, and these are going to start at either 1,500 square feet and work your way up into the 3,300 plus square feet. Some are going to have 3-car garages, and on the top end, you'll see some properties on over a half an acre. There's also Stratford Village, which when it was built was aimed to be an active adult section of the northwest section of the community, and that's 104 single-family cluster homes that was designed for maintenance-free living. Today, you're going to see a mix of active adult and young families who are looking for that maintenance-free. So whether you're a first-time buyer or a downsizer, maybe even a family looking for more space, you're going to find a product that fits you here. From a location standpoint, this is a great spot. You're 10 minutes away from I-77, which is going to position you 14 minutes from the Turnpike and I-271, and you're about a 25-minute drive into Cleveland or Akron. Grocery stores are 6 minutes away. The rec center is 7 minutes away. The Metro Parks is about 10 minutes away, and you're less than 15 minutes from the Cuyahoga Valley National Park. If you golf, you have 6 courses within 11 minutes. Super close. And for a neighborhood that's near the Richfield border, this is going to punch well above its weight class in terms of access to amenities. There's something else that matters here, and that's the way that you show up in the data. New Hampton was one of the fastest growing communities in Northeast Ohio when it was being built, and it sold very, very quickly, and the neighborhood has stabilized over the years. Being all built by one builder and a master plan, the architecture here is going to be very cohesive, and the HOA is going to maintain a lot of that common element and landscaping. So you're going to feel a very finished product as you drive through one of the 3 entrances. Now, I want to be very straightforward with you here because this one has a lot of people asking. Yes, New Hampton is in Broadview Heights, but it's not in the Broadview Heights School District. It's actually in the North Royalton School District. So again, top district in the state, right? North Royalton is one of the top 50 districts. But if you're comparing neighborhoods and you specifically want the Brecksville-Broadview Heights School District, you're going to want to cancel New Hampton off your list because this community lies in Broadview Heights, yet falls in the North Royalton School District. So keep that in mind because there's a lot of people that don't know that going in, and then they fall in love with the house and then they have to backtrack because they just weren't informed. The next thing that you're going to want to consider, and that some people notice, is that there's a row of high voltage transmission lines that run through the north and south section of the community. Some people care, others don't. And if you're going to be sensitive to that for whether it's health reasons, personal reasons, or just the visualization of having that, some people are going to want to cancel that out and factor it in before they fall in love with a specific house. I will tell you that a lot of people don't care, and yet there are some that do. So I'd rather you know now going in than be surprised when you open the back door and you see the transmission line. New Hampton also is not a walkable community. Yes, we have walking trails, but if you're looking for retail, coffee shops, or restaurants, the only one that you could really walk to is going to be Michelangelo's Winery. But just remember, there's no sidewalks on Boston Road. So the closest to restaurants that you're going to get are going to be in Broadview Heights or maybe even into Richfield for Teschner's or Alesha's, which you can't go wrong with either. But if walkable lifestyle is what you're looking for, you will be driving to all shopping destinations in this city. But you know that going in, and you're okay with that because of what the community provides. Now, every home here in New Hampton is going to carry some sort of HOA fee. There's a master association, which everybody pays, which is about $500 a year. And the HOA is going to cover the pool, the clubhouse, the walking trails, the common element, the entrances, the green space, and the ponds. And then if you live in the courtyards, which are the single family townhomes, or in Stratford Village, you're also going to have a monthly maintenance fee on top, which is going to cover your landscaping and snow removal. Not uncommon for a community that's going to have those amenities, but again, it's a carrying cost that you're going to have. So make sure you budget it in if you're looking at those two spots. So whether New Hampton is right for you, well, if you want the true master plan community with common space, solid outdoor amenities, highway access, pools, clubhouse, walking trails, playground, and you want North Royalton schools, then this community is going to check all of your boxes. However, if the Brecksville-Broadview Heights School District is a non-negotiable for you and you want some walkable locations, we have other videos that are going to cover that. Either way, I'm here. In the description is going to be a link to a breakdown of the Broadview Heights community, as well as what's currently available and what is actively selling. And if you want to talk through your specific situation, I'm going to encourage you to reach out. There will never be a sales pitch, 100% zero pressure, just a real conversation. If this video is helpful, hit subscribe, because every single week I'm going to give you a new video on a new neighborhood here in Northeast Ohio so that you know what you're getting into before you step foot. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.